what it comes down to is informed consent. And informed consent, when we defined informed consent, it's a legal doctrine that's been developed over the years, basically back in 1948 during the Nuremberg trials, the Nazi Germany Nuremberg trials, you know, the war crimes trials. And it was a doctrine that requires a medical doctor to provide a patient with all the relevant information to a proposed procedure or treatment prior to that treatment being given. And it requires 4 things. It requires the nature of the procedure, the benefits, the risks, and alternatives. So, and alternatives doesn't mean that your child's going to die if you don't have these, or it doesn't mean the risks if you don't have the vaccination. It means the risks that are actually associated with the vaccination. Okay? So, an informed consent protects a patient by providing him or her with the complete information on which to make an informed decision. Okay? When it comes to the AMA's take on this, we look at this. We have their doctrine, and what they say about it. Informed consent is more than simply getting a patient to sign a written consent form. It's a process of communication between the patient and the doctor that results in the patient's authorization or agreement to undergo specific medical intervention. What it goes on to say, though, is says that for forms that serve mainly to satisfy all legal requirements, stating, for example, that all material risks have been explained to me, may not preclude the patient from asserting that the actual disclosure did not include the risks of the patient unfortunately discovered after the treatment. So, and then they go on to say, at the other extreme, listing all the risks may not be wise either. For example, we'll be talking about some risks tonight associated with the actual procedure of vaccination, including increased incidence of diabetes, asthma, cancer, a lot of different risks associated with, and I bet that 99.9% of you right here that have vaccinated your children were never given those risks, never given that decision before you actually put the needle into your child's arm. That's a problem. That's a legality problem because informed consent is the federal law in all 50 states.